Sean Fox with Sports Talk 97.7 in the North Delta Ramble. We have made it to state championship weekend. First, I want to thank you, the viewers, for supporting us the entire way, all season long. Great numbers. We sincerely appreciate it. Also want to thank the Briscato Law Firm for supporting and sponsoring this series. All right, state championships. We've got quite a few teams involved. In non-select D4, it's a battle of two North Louisiana teams as the Mangham Dragons take on the Haynesville Golden Tornadoes. In non-select Division 3, it's Jena making it to the Dome for the first time, taking on the Sterlington Panthers, who are looking to go back-to-back. But we are here at Ouachita High School as the Lions have been the story of the postseason, making it all the way to the state championship game to take on the Ruston Bearcats. We'll talk to Benjy Lewis about what it meant to get back to the Dome and what's going to take for the Lions to bring back a state title. Coach, I can't think of a better spot to do this than right by this sign, 275 miles to the Dome. You said that at your press conference when you were hired.
Yep.
You've had a chance now to soak it in. What does it feel to finally accomplish that and get to the Superdome?
Well, personally, it's a goal. In 2011, I was fortunate enough to go as an assistant coach, and it really is addictive. I've been several more times, but it's been 10 years. And I think all coaches have that goal, that desire, and that work ethic toward that. You know, on a level at the school, I think this is something that is a long time coming. To hear people that literally, staff, faculty that were in their first year here, that's been the last time, and they're getting ready to retire now. It frames it in a way of just how important and how needed and how overdue this is for Ouachita High School.
I know expectations going into this season were high, but when district play started, you hit a big bump in the road, lost a few games, heartbreakers in a row. Talk about the resilience of this squad, never getting down after that tough stretch of the season.
Yeah, I think they learned lessons. The large part of this squad is third-year starters. They were sophomores when I took over. Last year, I think that they saw they didn't quite handle that. Those two close games at the beginning of the district last year appropriately, and it kind of cost them down the stretch. This year, I think you mentioned the resolve. We came back in after those games, whether it be a one-point loss to Neville or the West Monroe game or the Ash game, and I just saw it in their eyes. They were ready to get to the next thing because they knew what they were, and they weren't going to let the outside opinion or any of the noise or chatter detract from what they were trying to do week in and week out.
A lot of the talk the last couple weeks has been #revenge tour.
Yeah.
You lost to St. Amant a few years ago, you beat them. You lost to Destran a few years ago, you beat them. Obviously, there's a history with Parkway.
Right.
Everybody knows your history with Neville and the respect you have for that program. Mm-hmm. What did it mean to go through this run and then end it beating Neville to get to the Superdome?
Well, I think more than just my personal relationship with Neville is just what that place is and how many semifinal games have been decided there. It's a very unique, very hallowed ground to play a semifinal game, and then we talked just off air about the crowd and what it was. It pulled back memories of those old days when I was in high school, maybe before, and go to those games and just see standing room only crowds. And so it was very special for us, because that is one of the goals of being a district team, is that we want to be able to beat our district opponents, whether it's in playoffs or in the regular season. Obviously, they got out of here with a 1-point win back in the regular season, and for us to be able to go in and get that win and move on was huge for our guys. So I think more than that it was Neville, it was the situation, it's where it was, it's what it was. It was super special for all of us.
And ironically, the last team is Ruston, who you lost by a touchdown. A great football game at James Stadium. Obviously a tremendous advantage for them. This is their 4th straight year to getting to the Superdome. I know the goal was not just to get there, but to win it. How do you bring a state championship back here to Ouachita?
Ruston is a team that they're not flashy in what they do. Coach Ball's always been that way, and I respect that about him. They're very in your face with what they do. They do a great job coaching and executing. And so we know our opponent. I think for us, that's one positive, is that we do know what the DNA of that team is. At my previous employment, I faced teams that you didn't know where it was coming from. With Ruston, you know what you're going to get. They've got some great athletes. Obviously, do a really, really good job coaching it up. And it was mentioned before, the familiarity. These guys are in their 4th year of being there. So that's things that we have to overcome, but I think that our guys, whether it be freshman ball, JV ball, varsity games, this is one that we've sniffed at a couple of times. Last year, we were a point away, and we've got to get that win. Yep. That's what we have to do in order to bring it back. We've got to understand what they are, and the one thing that we haven't done, at least on a varsity level, is to go ahead and finish that out.
It's been an incredible run. Benjy Lewis, head coach of Ouachita Lions. Best of luck at the Dome this weekend. You got it. Thanks so much for watching all season long. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and don't forget to listen to me every day on Sports Talk 97.7 from 3 to 6.